Oh, hello YouTube fans. Friends, fans, followers. I don't think any of these terms are really accurate for what I wish to convey from my end to your end. Viewers is not offensive. Hello from after 2 a.m. in the morning. This is my normal walk home. This is very unusual for an audio channel, but I want to say that my involvement with audio has been a more than 27-year journey. I have researched and looked at everything. I don't know that a person's background really justifies any science that we can speak. Science and audio science really sort of speaks for itself. That's the beauty of audio and sciences. You can verify everything that is said. So whether you know my background or not, I guess it's irrelevant. Some videos here may show what I've been involved in, who I am, what kind of perspectives I may have. But I want to recap and just say that my perspectives and my position in the audio community is one of community focus, education focus, perspective, and the way that we experience audio as a hobby. So my videos and my topics, both here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, which is mainly where I record, but I'm doing this video on to YouTube for the sake of someone who had asked, hey, can you watch Instagram without an Instagram account? And the answer to that is, I don't know, but probably not. So I'm recording on my phone, walking home. This is normally how I record videos for audio chat. And it's basically a discussion channel. My Instagram focus is on topics like, today I was discussing audio hardware. So when you buy an amplifier or a preamp or a CD player or transport or a source or a streamer, anything has to go in a cabinet. We have to put it on to a shelf. We have to put it either inside of or on top of some other equipment. So not necessarily the hi-fi gear itself, but what other things do we have to include? Like, what about our chair? What about the couch? What about the carpet? What about the room treatment that we are considering? What about the curtains? What about the plants in the room? How much are we including into this conversation that can make a difference? There's a few Facebook groups. One is called Everything Affects the Sound, which is a very clever name. I think that it's very important that we discuss some of these things, because not only do our rooms want to feel comfortable, sound good, but they also want to be welcoming for everybody else. Unless you live alone, in which case you can do whatever you want. But our audiences and my audience here is probably very broad and wide. So we get all kinds of people looking for solutions in their systems. Some have cable risers. Some of them don't. I make this joke every time I'm here. It's $100,000 cable risers. Welcome to audio. And 2 videos ago on Instagram, I talked about why cables are suspended this way. Why do we even have cable risers at all? Do they make a difference? And where do they make a difference in our system? That video can be found on Instagram with the same name. I need to be able to produce content here on YouTube to reach my audience, but also Instagram is a really easy to do live discussions. So this would normally be live so I could have people talking with me, but 2 in the morning, North American time, East Coast, it's not a lot of people awake at 2 in the morning. I get to talk to people in Europe, definitely. Some people that are overseas, sometime Australia. Most of the time it's Europe and West Coast. So if you're in California, then it's only 11 p.m. If you're in Europe, it's like 7 or 8 a.m. So I'm trying to reach the whole of an audience on all sides, to be able to include them in this conversation, to go over details and options in the audio field, as well as perspectives on things like, do cables matter, or where do they matter? Like how and when do you go with cables as a difference? Are your rooms treated? I would say that room treatment is more important than cables. Some may argue that's the whole beauty of this community, and that's my focus, is community. we get to better answers when the community is respectful and informative, not really judgmental and critical. So while I don't want to judge people, I definitely want to say that there's a better way to go about things. I was always told that you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And like the government and everybody else would tell you, stop spreading false information. So all of these things combined means that we can build a better community together, and all of us can find exactly what we want in the audio hobby without all of the rah, 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 rah in comment sections, and this person doesn't like that person, and this person's calling out this person. Like, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, science speaks for itself, and we all just want to listen to what we want to listen to. Nobody else has any say in the matter. Our friend Andrew Jones would tell you, whatever you like is what you like, probably. But Andrew Robinson always says the only person needs to like the sound of your system is you, which is totally correct, because auditory experiences are completely subjective. They can be observed scientifically, they can be plotted and charted scientifically, but the experience is still entirely subjective. You can't have a data flow chart and schematics and frequency responses mirror the idea or the concept of listening. Listening is an active process. Listening is an entirely subjective experience. So my background being in psychology, philosophy, sociology, anthropology, I've studied a lot about linguistics and human communications. I love the fact that we use music as a language to reach out to others. Artists that create music reach to others who listen. We in the audio hi-fi field have an obsession with what we like versus science. The science will tell you one thing, but we all decide what we like on the other end. So while that debate continues, we can still build stronger communities so that we all get better answers, is my point. That's where I come in. I like to be able to explore topics. I like to be able to welcome people into the conversation. I like to be able to speak my mind freely in one take, mind you. I haven't edited this. This is just me walking home. I have a couple videos that I do like this because I don't like the idea of editing. I'm not a videographer. I'm an audiophile, interested person, music lover, drummer, guitar. I played it when I was younger. I have musical sense. I have musical influences in my family. That's me as a person. I like to do these things in hi-fi and audio, and I love being able to connect people with their best experiences. So please, if you wish, join me on Instagram now and then, or leave me a comment under this video and say, hey, this is really weird. I don't know what I just listened to. This isn't audio at all. I don't like this. But if you made it this far, please tell me in a comment feedback on the channel, previous videos, this video, what you think of the concept, what you think of the ideas that I've presented. And if you want to see more, then that's the best way to do it, is just say so. Say, this sucks. I'm never watching this again. Or, this is really cool. I think this is something that the audiophile community needs. This is what we're looking for. Or do you only check on YouTube for stuff like data? Do you only want product reviews? Do you only want like an entertaining sound sample? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure what everybody wants, but I'm here to ask. So please leave me a comment. What do you think of the ideas that I've set forth? What kind of videos do you look for most on YouTube? What's the most value that you can get from hi-fi videos on YouTube? Or what other platforms do you explore hi-fi? I'm curious. That's why I'm making this video. So anyways, that's a bit of my walk home. My arm's very tired. I don't have a stand to do this. And I will talk to you again in the next one. Thank you, and keep listening. Whatever those, I don't have a catchphrase of my own. Anyways, good night. I'll see you guys later.